The impact of influence, Coach Bear. Influences are everywhere. They come in many colors, sizes, shapes. Each one has the capacity to positively change and redirect the lives of people near and far. Heroes do so for the greater good. The greatest of them not only change the direction and trajectory of lives, they create more influence. Let me tell you about one such influencer. I was born and raised in Arlington County, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. I am the third son and seventh of 8 children of my mother. I was the second of 5 sons by my father. That's another 2 stories for another time. I was well behaved and a curious kid, a multiple sport athlete, and those things drove me for as long as I can recall. What is this? Who is this? Why is this? Where? When? How? I asked questions and kept my eyes open. I was well behaved for safety purposes, and I used curiosity as a roadmap. When I was in positive spaces, those things are productive. When I was in negative spaces, those things can be a problem. When familiar, they were blessings. When unfamiliar, a threat. I learned this early. I knew even when other folks did not know. I was an average student with exceptional curiosity. I was never satisfied with the top layer of anything. What was beneath it? What was beneath that? I was well behaved with a Grinch smile, constantly aware and processing. I was a member of several youth sports organizations, the main one being the Black Knights, the mighty and powerful black and gold. What made this organization so mighty and powerful? The people, the loving, label-free people of South Arlington and the people of Green Valley, one of the predominantly black neighborhoods in the area. The coaches were diverse in a time where diverse was not the norm. In the 60s and 70s in South Arlington, there were physical and community boundaries of streets and communities. This organization managed to cross boundaries and communities, created an environment where families could coexist, prosper, and love. The families and organization became interwoven into the fabric of the community and in the lives of those people in it. Coaches and families of every color, every religion, leading prayers and players from different communities and backgrounds. These coaches were policemen, teachers, firemen, lawyers. They were also taxis for players without rides, meal buyers for kids without money, team moms treating everyone the same, loving them with care and guidance. The sisters of the community were strong, loud, and proud. Every color, race, and creed. Every game was a carnival event. We may not have been aware of why it was special. We just knew that it was. We would later identify this as love. One year, I was late registering to play for the Black Knights. I cried. I missed out on the opportunity to play for the high school team, which would have been a new environment with new friends. I was going to miss everything. The games, the people, and the confidence. I resigned that I was not going to play that year. Little Bob, given the nickname in homage to my Superman athlete older brother Robert, who preceded me in playing for the Black Knights, sad, ashamed. I would not be playing that year. I would let down friends and family. I had failed. I would have to rely on playing the game I loved in the streets, just for fun, just for the love of the game. That would have to be enough. Or so I thought. One afternoon, a small group of friends were playing some touch football in the street in front of my house. Cars approached, and we stopped. If it was a familiar car or a face, we smiled and talked a little. If not, we might wave for them to pass. I was approached one day by a police officer who stopped his car and watched as I played touch football in front of my house. He waved me over, but I had not developed a comfort with police cars, and specifically white police officers in a black neighborhood. But I had not done anything, so I went up to the car to see what he wanted. "You're pretty fast. Why aren't you at football practice?" I told him why, and he said, well, he was a football coach, and there was a first-year team called the Fraternal Order Police, and he needed some players my age. He asked my name and my number, I gave him the information. He said that he would call. He introduced himself. He was Officer Barry Laravie. Just call me Coach Bear. He said that he would be there tomorrow to pick me up for weigh-in and that we would go from there. I asked, how was this possible? I'd already been deemed too late to play. He goes, I'll take care of that. Right before pulling away. He called. He showed up. He took care of everything. I repeat. He called. He showed up. He took care of everything. I appreciate that. We were the FOP Eagles. We were the FOP Eagles. The FOP Eagles. Fraternal Order of Police. We wore these purple and white uniforms, not my comfortable black and gold. We were a ragtag group of athletes who had somehow fallen through the cracks. Some had bad grades, some were inexperienced, some were looking for guidance, and some were looking for connection. Everyone was looking for something. We had this big-armed quarterback with no fear and tons of swagger by the name of Steve Cox. We had a power runner named Pee Wee. A power runner named Pee Wee. That was the FOP Eagles. We had some angry linebackers with neck rolls the size of their helmets themselves. A wild man by the name of Donnie Wilder. And a psycho named John Boyce, who happened to be the team comic. Coach Bear was a mountain of a man and an officer of the law. He had the bark and the stature of a giant. But Coach Bear showed up. He picked us all up and dropped us all off. He brought us cleats and T-shirts in case we did not have the money. He never asked. He failed horribly at whispering. You will do something great in these shoes. He brought burgers to practice and made sure that we ate. He gave the extra burgers to the last kid he dropped off. That was usually me. He barked. He howled. He never harmed. He was never there to harm. He was there to help. Those rides were amazing because of the conversations. He did not use his police car. He used his own. He was purposeful in that. He knew. He took the risk of being a white man driving through a black neighborhood, often at night. He and every other coach who chose to drive us black kids home, God bless them. It wasn't easy or comfortable. He shared secrets on how tough and amazing it was to do his job. He told me who to look out for and who to stay away from. He pointed out good people and bad, never once mentioned color while doing so. He warned me about staying out of certain areas, to stay on the lookout for certain signs that I would not be safe or welcomed. But what he showed me most was love. I remember asking him why he did what he did, and his answer was, because you let me. You didn't have to talk to me or come play for me, but you did. He asked why I said yes, and the answer was that white officers do not normally pull up and smile at us, so it felt safe. He smiled. I smiled. We smiled. I was a runner. Coach Bear said, I don't need another runner. This team does not need another runner. But you can catch passes. Bear needed a pass catcher. Our quarterback needed a pass catcher. I was given the task, the responsibility, and the duty of being the team's designated pass catcher. When your leader instructs you that something great will happen if you follow their instructions, you accept the task, the duty, and you go all in. We were teenagers, and the passing game was not as common as it is now. But we had no problem throwing the football. We excelled at it. We perfected it. We threw short, we threw deep, we threw often. We scored a lot of points, and I was never better utilized in my life. Bear knew what he needed, saw it, and put it into play. Once he knew that we could, he gave us freedom. What route do you want to run? Where do you want the ball? Have you scored enough touchdowns yet? He led me in a way that was unique and special. He trusted me. He trusted us. And we were appreciative. Do what you were good at and have fun. What a concept. We didn't win every game, but we had a great season. As I moved forward in life, I was drawn to purposeful leadership, trust-based leadership, love-based leadership. I was drawn to coaches and leaders who loved out loud. I was responsive to leaders who paid attention to talent and skill and used it for the greater good of the team and ourselves. I also strove to be one of those leaders. Not in the rah-rah mode. I'm talking about coaching the way I wanted to be coached. Authentic love. I stalked it. Great coaches make great people. Great people make great coaches. Great people and coaches make superheroes. I coach 3 sports, and I'm a sports radio host in Lincoln, Nebraska. Coach Bear has been with me from the day we met. His words, his ways, his voice, and his love. I share him with any player that has ever played for me. I owe him that. I owe them that. Coach Bear reached people he never met, but he is there with them. Some of them are coaches now, quoting him and barking as he did. He is leading them. He's loving them. I can say that for every coach that educated me. I can say that for every teacher that coached me as well. As coaches, it is our job to identify and cultivate superheroes. Seek them out. Cheer loudly for them. Elevate them. As coaches, we try to see past the flaws and get to the talent. Identify specific skills and personality strengths. As a parent, you are front row to the evolution of your own greater version. Pay attention to what your children are drawn to and what they love. Take note of what makes them smile and what gets them out of bed or off the couch. That will often lead them directly to their purpose. That will direct them to their mission. And each mission is worthwhile. That is why they're being called to it. Show up, show care, show how, show trust. Our challenge each day is to cultivate more great people. Here's how. The first step is understanding that love is key to any greatness or heroic deed. Everything great begins with love. The universal sign of when a hero is needed is fear. What is needed? Love. It's always love. In your mind, imagine the bat signal. When flashed to the sky, it's a statement that love is needed, love is welcome, and love can fix what's wrong. Love must fix what is wrong. Fear must be removed. I ask you this. Is there one coaching problem that can't be fixed with love? I'll wait. My idea is to recognize in each of us daily, out loud, the greatness in us, the hero in us, the Coach Bear in us. We all can use a constant reminder of the love that we carry. It gives us the power of our own superhero cape. Grab that sucker and let it wave in the wind. How do I know that you are great at what you do? How do I know you are an influencer? You are all here for the same reason. Love. That is the common trait in all greatnesses. Love. Love of self, love of your family, love for what you do, love for why you do it. Everything greater than your family, your team, your school, your community, yourself. It can be defined as the best in you and in us. The absolute best in us. Another common trait, cultivate more great people. Your coworkers, your friends, all. They know your influence. They are aware of your effect on them and others. That's why they rely on you. That's why they call you. That's why they text you. They know that when they see you, something good is going to happen. You are honorable and dependable. You have earned their trust. You love them, and they love you. Love creates more leaders. It's just that important. I'm a product of many great people. My mother was the first and the standard. My stepdad, my superhero brother, they were teachers and local leaders. I'm blessed to have them in my life. The greatest thing that I can do is to honor them by being the best version of me. The list of great people, it would go on and on and on. I will call them out now because they deserve to hear their name called in love. Coach McKinney, Coach Hunter, Coach Miller, Coach Cephas, Coach Perry, Coach Coley, Coach Lee, Coach Dwyer, Coach Arbitman, Coach Blake, Coach Saunders, Coach Goodwin, Coach Reed, Coach Livingston, Coach Ramsey, Coach Cross, Coach Cato, Coach Myers, Coach No, Coach Imbrescia, Coach Posadi, Coach Wallowak, Coach Norwood, Coach Cawthon, Coach Harrison, Coach Jenkins, Coach Craig, Coach Marshall, Coach Tabrizi, Coach Thompson, Coach Hopkins, Coach Larkins. When I speak of Coach Laravie, I speak of all the people named and some not named. Thank you, coaches. Coach Laravie created leaders. Every Officer Laravie was a leader. I want to thank them here. I want to thank him for showing up, showing how, and showing why any of this matters. He took a chance on a kid from Arlington, Virginia, who has taken a chance on kids from Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, Utah, California, Texas, and now Nebraska. His impact on me has affected many that he has never met, but they know his words and his ways. They are influenced by his way and moved by his theory. That is the power of influence. It teaches people and places that the person can't. Their influence travels well, and their actions affect strangers. That is a powerful thing, impacting generations and era. Coach Officer Barry Laravie has done that. I strive to be like him. I'm striving to love like him. Coach Barry Laravie, thank you, Coach. Thank you.